American R&B singer Blu Cantrell, born Tiffany Cobb, was born on March 16, 1976, in Providence, Rhode Island. Unfortunately, her single-parent mother, who was also a singer, had issues. She'd married numerous times after getting rid of Blu's deadbeat pro basketball father, leaving Blu the only mixed-race child of her 5 siblings. Her distinct features are courtesy of an African-American, German, and Italian background. Fun fact, she received the nickname Blu from her family when she was a child because of her obsession with the color. Cantrell is her grandmother's surname. Throughout her childhood, Blu was toted from one jazz performance to another to watch her mother sing. From that point forward, she knew what she wanted to do and began auditioning for gigs and showing off her vocal skills at talent shows. After graduating from high school, she moved to New York City, where she began to pursue her singing career full-time at the age of 17. In the late 90s, she became a member of a girl group called 8th Avenue, a protege of producer, singer, and songwriter Teddy Riley. The band recorded several songs and appeared on Teddy's group Blackstreet's album, 1999's Finally. But their material was shelved after Teddy left Blackstreet to reform his previous group, Guy, and Blackstreet were then dropped by their label. Shortly thereafter, 8th Avenue also disbanded. At the turn of the new millennium, while in Atlanta, Blu would meet the man who would be responsible for officially discovering her, producer Christopher "Tricky" Stewart. The reason she was in the city to begin with was quite sad. She was visiting her sister who was in a coma from a very bad car accident. Originally, Tricky wanted Blu for another girl group called 321, but decided against the idea, instead preferring her to take the solo route. The moment she opened her mouth, he was blown away by her talent and promised to get her a record deal. After moving Blu into the house he shared with his girlfriend, Tricky then placed a call to the new president of Arista Records, L.A. Reid. L.A. came over to Tricky's house the next day to listen to what Blu had recorded. Just like Tricky, he couldn't believe his ears. He was adamant about signing her immediately, but Tricky told Blu to slow down and give things some more thought. Then, other labels began to get wind of her, and a bidding war ensued. When it was all said and done, LA came out on top. The 360 Modena Ferrari he threw in to sweeten the deal didn't hurt either. In the summer of 2001, her debut album, So Blue, was released. It peaked at number 8 on the Billboard 200, number 5 on the top R&B hip-hop album chart, and went gold. The lead single, Hit 'Em Up Style Oops, climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. It also earned Blu a Grammy Award nomination for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Fun fact, at the age of 18, long before her career took off, Blu posed nude for Blacktail magazine to pay the bills. She'd reveal years later that after running into Sean Diddy Combs, who she'd worked with earlier in her career, he told her he'd seen the pics and that she looked cute. In 2003, Blu released her second album, Bittersweet. As with her debut, it garnered a positive reception from critics, even earning her a Best R&B Album Grammy nomination. However, it was less successful in the US, peaking at number 37 on the Billboard 200. The album was a success internationally, where sales were boosted by its hit single, Breathe, featuring Jamaican reggae and dancehall artist Sean Paul. It topped the charts in the UK and the Republic of Ireland, and reached the top 10 in the majority of charts it appeared on.
Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's that supposed to be about?
While promoting the album, an interesting topic Blu was willing to discuss off and on the record was her apparent beef with Beyonce. While it was reported around the release of Blu's debut single that she'd been in a relationship with Jay-Z, Beyonce's future boyfriend turned husband, Blu denied anything of the sort, insisting they were just friends. And then there's that Wendy Williams interview.
Did you Jay-Z?
Oh my God!
I heard he's hung like a horse, Blue.
Oh
You didn't know Beyonce? Did she really have him locked down?
I think so. I think they're in love. I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him though. I'll tell you that much.
Did you
Still have a crush on him now.
Yes,
No,
you did.
no, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really. I really like him though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here,
What?
I'm just saying, you're in New York,
Yeah, okay. And what
If you ran into him and everything was right, would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way.
After a bit of prodding and persuasion, though, Blu admitted that there may be certain grounds for the gossip, namely Beyonce and Jay-Z's Bonnie and Clyde video being incredibly similar to the promo for rapper Lady May's 2002 track Roundup featuring Blu, which came out first, both having collaborated with Sean Paul. Again, Blu beat Beyonce to it. Beyonce's single Baby Boy, including the line, "Let Me Breathe," and the lyrics from another one of her tracks called Signs that say, "I was in love with a Sagittarius, I've been hurt by a Pisces." And yes, Jay-Z is a Sagittarius, and Blu is a Pisces. Blu went on to say, "I'm an adult. She's younger, and if she's doing what you're saying, then she's being a little immature. Maybe she's trying to do it to get press, but I want to make her understand if she goes there with me, it's the wrong move. She needs to understand what she's doing and what she's getting into. I'm a master at singing. I don't have any animosity towards Beyonce, and I don't like that whole rivalry type of thing. Maybe we should get on stage and battle it out live, each sing a song, in true beef style." But she doesn't want to do that. If she is being negative, she doesn't need to be, because she's a beautiful girl. But if you have issues with your man, and I don't know what the situation is with them, I don't want to speak on that. But if you have issues, address it with the guy. Don't take it out on the girl. It's never the way to go. In 2005, following the formation of the joint venture of BMG and Sony Music Entertainment, Arista merged with J Records and began operating under the newly formed RCA Music Group. At about the same time, Blu's recording deal was up for renewal, but it never happened. Since the label was focused on getting all of their other artists situated, they forgot about Blu, leaving her a free agent. She insists, though, that it was a good thing, since she didn't want to be there anymore, following the resignation of her mentor, L.A. Reid. In a 2012 interview with YouKnowIGotSoul.com, Blu was asked to talk about the process she went through to get her record deal and if she would have done anything different. Her answer was very candid. "I think what happens to a lot of artists, and what I would have done differently, is that I think when an artist gets a record deal, I think they should have an actual class educating artists about contracts and what they deserve and what not to let people do. When you come in and you don't know the business, people take advantage. You would never think people like this would take advantage, but I can tell you that 98% of artists have been robbed. So I would say the things I would have done different is being more educated in the business. And when they told me to take this lawyer, I would have got my lawyer because that lawyer ended up representing them, which was a conflict of interest. So they were all working together to basically take what was mine. Nobody really knows the whole truth but me and them, but I was really taken advantage of. I did most of the writing and they took all of my publishing. The checks were coming in and I never saw any checks. I never got one dime from Arista." After a long hiatus, news surfaced that Blu was finally working on her third album. "I needed to take time off. I spent a lot of time overseas, and I was living in London, and I needed a break just to take time for myself, because being an artist is a 24/7 thing. It's no sleep, no eating, and it's a lot of hard work. On this album, I'm going off of how I feel and where I'm mentally at, and my gut is telling me now is the time. It has to be something that I'm ready for, and I feel in my heart that this is the time, and I'm so much more excited and anticipating what is going to happen this time around. This is so much stronger than the last 2 albums, and every song I emotionally put myself into. I want to be on my own and say, this is me, just me. And now it's like, let's go. I'm ready." Then Blu's rumored nemesis Beyonce became a mom for the first time in 2012 when she and her husband Jay-Z welcomed their daughter, Blue Ivy. As soon as the announcement of the birth hit the airwaves, so did the tea about the child being named after one of Jay's exes. Now, as previously stated, according to Blu, they never had a thing going on. Nevertheless, the rumor goes as follows. Allegedly, Jay was quite smitten with Blu in the early 2000s. So much so that he was left in tears when she cut him loose in early 2002. On September 3rd, 2014, Blu went seemingly berserk in a Santa Monica neighborhood around 2 a.m., according to a report from TMZ. Witnesses said she was screaming about someone giving her poisonous gas. The episode went on long enough that someone called police. When officers arrived, she played the "Do you know who I am" card, but also referred to herself as a one-hit wonder. She was taken to a nearby hospital for a psychological evaluation. According to her social media post history, Blu joined Twitter X in 2015 and Instagram in 2016. On both platforms, she began posting info on her upcoming live shows, but only for a little while. By 2017, she disappeared again. Then, after an 8-year hiatus, she made a new post on Instagram wishing everyone a happy summer on July 8, 2024. Since she doesn't maintain a consistent presence on social media, it's difficult to find out what Blu's up to. But a little bit of detective work revealed that just a couple of weeks before the filming of this video, she, along with several other American artists, performed in Copenhagen, Denmark on November 8, 2024 for their R&B Legends 2024 dance party. A video clip of her on stage posted to YouTube showed that she'd slimmed down quite a bit and was still rocking the house with her powerful voice.